Purport is okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासाहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances on behalf of everybody who have joined the group and are about to join. Prabhuji, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 2, Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the process of creation, and we are on text 13 today, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I hand over to you for reading the Sanskrit, and then we can read the purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So text 13. Bhuyo nama sadvirjina chide satam asambhava yakhila sattva murtaye pumsham puna parahamshaya ashame vyavashtitam anu murgaya dashishe. Translation by His Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I again offer my respectful obeisances under the form of complete existence and transcendence, who is the liberator of the pious devotees from all distresses and the destroyer of the further advancing in the atheistic temperament of the non-devotee demons, for the transcendentalists who are situated in the topmost spiritual perfection. He grants their specific destinations. Mataji, I request you read the purport.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Pramila Mataji, it's a long purport. Would you like to read some of it? And then I can continue or I can start.
Sorry, Mataji, I don't have my book with me. I'm so sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I will read the purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Shri Krishna is the complete form of all existence, both material and spiritual. Akhila means complete or that which is not khila, inferior. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, there are two kinds of nature, Prakriti, namely the material nature and the spiritual nature, or the external and internal potency of the Lord. The material nature is called apara or inferior, and the spiritual nature is called superior or transcendental. Therefore, the form of the Lord is not of the inferior material nature. He is complete transcendence, and he is murti or having transcendental form. The less intelligent men who are unaware of his transcendental form describe him as impersonal Brahman. But Brahman is simply the rays of his transcendental body, Yasya Prabha. The devotees who are aware of his transcendental form render him service. Therefore, the Lord also reciprocates by his causeless mercy and thus delivers his devotees from all distresses. The pious men who follow the rulings of the Vedas are also dear to him, and therefore the pious men of this world are also protected by him. The impious and the non devotees are against the principles of the Vedas, and so such persons are always hampered from making advances in their nefarious activities. Some of them who are specially favored by the Lord are killed by him personally, as in the case of Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, and Kamsa, and thus such demons get salvation and are thereby checked from further progress in their demonic activities. Just like a kind father, either in his favor upon the devotees or his punishment of the demons, he is ever kind to everyone because he is the complete existence for all individual existence. The Paramhamsa stage of existence is the highest perfectional stage of spiritual values. According to Srimati Kunti Devi, the Lord is factually understood by the Paramhamsas only, as there is a gradual realization of the transcendence from impersonal Brahman to localized Paramatma to the personality of Godhead, Purushottama, Lord Krishna. Similarly, there is a gradual promotion of one's situation in the spiritual life of sannyasa. Kutichaka, Bahukaka, Parivarjacharya, and Paramhamsa are gradual progressive stages in the renounced order of life, sannyasa, and Queen Kunti Devi, the mother of the Pandavas, have spoken about them in her prayers for Lord Krishna, Canto 1, Chapter 8. The Paramhamsas are generally found among both the impersonalist and the devotee, but according to Srimad Bhagavatam, less clear.
ଲୋକ ଆସିଲେ ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ଲୋକ ଆସିଲେ ଯୋଉ ପିଲାମାନେ କହିବୁ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେଠି ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ରେ
Especially to award bhakti yoga to the Paramhamsas. So ultimately, the Paramhamsa is a true sense of the term, are unalloyed devotees of the Lord. Srila Jiva Goswami has directly accepted that the highest destination in bhakti yoga by which one accepts the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Those who accept the path of bhakti yoga are factual Paramhamsas. Since the Lord is very kind to everyone, the impersonalists who accept bhakti as a means of merging in the existence of the Lord in his impersonal Brahmajyoti are also awarded their desired destination. He has assured everyone in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, there are two classes of Paramhamsas, namely Brahmanindas, impersonalists, and Premanandis, devotees, and both are awarded their desired destination, although the Premanandis are more fortunate than the Brahmanandis. But both the Brahmanandis and the Premanandis are transcendentalists, and they have nothing to do with the inferior material nature, full of existential miseries of life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Over to you.
So I read the verse again. I again offer my respect for the senses under the form of complete existence and transcendence, who is the liberator of pious devotees from all distresses and the destroyer of the further advances in the theistic temperament of the non-devotee demons, For the transcendentalists who are situated on the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants their specific destination. Now, this verse is actually glorification of Krishna. We all know the famous verse of Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Suchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radha Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So Sri Prabhupada is explaining, quoting this verse, that is complete in all existence. There's nothing lacking in him, be it material or be it spiritual. He's the origin of everything, and everything is emanating from me. And the Ishopanishad verse, the invocation was Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Eva Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Lord is complete and perfect. From him comes so many units which are also complete and perfect. And even when everything is created perfect and complete, he remains in balance, still the same. So this verse should be remembered, because this is called spiritual mathematics. Nothing becomes minus in Krishna. The creation goes on, again and again. But it's not that something becomes less. Sri Prabhupada explains that if you have some pocket in your money, if you start spending, the money will become less, and the time comes when you have no money. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna's energies, both material and spiritual energies, are endless. In the Bhagavad Gita, if you go to the 7th chapter, verse number 4 and 5, if I'm not wrong, Krishna speaks of two energies, para, apara. Apara Shakti is the material energy, which constitutes of 8 items: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. These are the 8. Biname Ashtada. Ashtada means 8. And then there's a superior energy, which is the spirit, or the spiritual world, or the spiritual energy. So everything you see in this material world is made up of these two energies. As they combine, then the life can be seen in some entity. Otherwise, practically everything is dead. I think last time I gave you an example that you may see so many motor cars on the road parked, but as soon as the driver sits in, then the car becomes like alive, and the car moves, but not without the driver. The similar way, without the spirit entering into the matter cannot become activated. And even when the matter becomes activated, matter is like Prakriti. It needs an origin, it needs a spirit. So material nature is called apara, and the spiritual nature is called para, or the superior energy. And Krishna is having a transcendental form, beautiful form, which is appreciated even by great sages. There's a prayer in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna was created because they think from Brahma comes everything. Brahma must have thought of something so beautiful that Krishna is so beautiful. That is the Murti of Krishna. And on any of the Vishnu forms are all beautiful. Most of you must have seen the Lord Rama's deity, 5-year-old deity, which was installed in the Ayodhya temple in India. So beautiful. So the form of Krishna, somebody was even asking me, somebody sent a question on my WhatsApp, how come Ram is black? Well, it's made up of Sharigam Shila, that is why it is black. And Sharigam Shila is all holy, is Vishnu himself. So anyway, we devotees know that most deities are black, even our Banki Bihari is black. So this beautiful deity of Lord Ramachandra attracts everyone. And so does Krishna. Elsewhere, Sri Prabhupada says, Krishna is still more beautiful than even Lord Ramachandra. It's very, very beautiful. So anyway, Krishna is a Murti. Murti means he is a form. It's not impersonal. Now here Sri Prabhupada uses the words less intelligent. Less intelligent people think that the Lord is impersonal, but actually he has a form. When you talk of impersonal, is Yasha Prabha, or the Brahmajyoti. Even the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says the effulgence of Krishna's body is called Brahmajyoti. Brahmajyoti means direct effulgence of Krishna. If you see any picture of Krishna, you see light around his body. Or any Lord Ramachandra, Krishna, any, you find in English we call it halo. So that is called Brahmajyoti. So that's called Yasha Prabha, coming from Krishna. So many people think that that is everything, but not knowing that the light is the effulgence of Krishna, just like the Kumaras. They didn't know. The Kumaras were worshipping the impersonal feature. But when informed by Narada, they were given the deity of Krishna and they started worshipping Krishna. And when they actually saw Krishna, they forgot about the impersonal feature. They were completely captured by the murti or the form of Krishna. Not only that, the smell which came from the feet of Krishna was that of Tulsi. And at once they could recognize, oh, this is Krishna. So even us, we should, whenever we go close to Krishna, because Tulsi is not only dear to Krishna, but very, very close to Krishna. That's why Krishna says, without Tulsi in my bhoga, I don't eat. That's why we devotees don't offer prasad without putting Tulsi in it. Now, there are people who are impious and they are non-devotees. They are against the Vedas. Now, those who believe in Vedas are known as those who belong to Devi Prakriti. If you go to the Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, this is the whole subject matter. Two kinds of nature, divine nature and demonic nature. Now, those who are divine nature, they follow the Vedic scriptures. They respect the Vedas, they obey the Vedas, and live according to the Vedas. And those who are against the Vedas, they are known as Asuras. Asuras defy the Vedas. So this is a big difference between Asuras and Suras. So Suras are favored by the Lord, and also Asuras are there who go to extreme, also favored by Lord. Now in the Bhagavatam there is a verse, it says, whether Lord kills someone or he delivers someone, both are attain the same destiny, more or less the same destination, because both of them get delivered, because Krishna is all absolute. For example, like you may have seen a picture of Lord Nrsimhadev killing Hiranyakashipu on his lap. And then you see on the side Prahlad. He's ready to offer Gali to Lord Nrsimha. So that picture actually explains that he killed the demon, Hiranyakashipu, at the same time he delivered Prahlad, because Prahlad was in trouble. And there are many, many instances like these in Srimad Bhagavatam. So anyway, the subject matter is whether he kills someone or he delivers someone. Now when you come of delivery, like Kansa, when Kansa was killed, his soul entered into the Brahmajyoti of Krishna. And so was that of Shishupal. When Shishupal, everybody knows the story of Shishupal. Shishupal was, when he was born with 3 eyes. Third eye was here. And when a Brahmin was summoned, he said he's not a very auspicious person. And third eye means he's a burden on the earth. So the mother was told some good news also, that this third eye will disappear when the killer of Shishupal will appear in front of him. Now Krishna Shishupal is a bit far cousin of Krishna. It means they are relatives. At that time, Krishna was very small. Mother Yashoda came with Krishna to see Shishupal when he was born. And when Krishna saw Shishupal, the third eye disappeared. And the mother of Shishupal was shocked. He says, he'll be killed by his own cousin. She could understand. And Krishna promised the mother of Shishupal, I'll not harm your child till he abuses me 100 times. So we all know that. So when 99 abuses were hurled towards Krishna, Krishna even told Shishupal, one more, and then you have to die. And Shishupal rather challenging him. What will you do? I'm going to abuse you. And he spoke the 100th abuse, and Krishna killed him with his Sudarshan. Now, when he killed him with his Sudarshan, the effulgence of the soul, because the soul coming out of Shishupal and entering into the body of Krishna, but it will actually enter the effulgence of Krishna. But the Bhagavatam further explains that not only did he attain the effulgence, but he even attained more than that. The reason was because he was constantly seeing or thinking of Krishna. And also Kansa was thinking of Krishna, both of them. Even Ravan, when he was killed, he was still breathing. He was not completely dead. He started Lakshman. And after that, even Ravan uttered the name Ram before he died. So these are, when demons are killed, even they get favored. Devotees, when they leave their body, they get favored. Because Krishna says, whoever thinks of me will come to me. Antakale cha mameva smarare atvi. I mean, at the end of the life, whoever remembers me will attain my nature, of which there is no doubt. So we devotees practice Krishna consciousness so that when the death comes, we are not worried. We face the death, or we even embrace the death with happily, because we know we are going to Krishna. Well, at the same time, we should always be careful that we do not misbehave, but behave nicely, without pride, and always keep serving Krishna, and always chanting Hare Krishna. If you go to the verse number 5 in the 8th chapter, very beautiful purport. The purport begins by saying that this verse is the mission of Krishna consciousness. I can read the verse for you if you want. A beautiful purport, which Prabhupada explains that this 8th chapter and this particular verse number 5. Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati sammat bhavan yati nashti ata samshayam. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Now, if you go to the purport, he says, in this was the importance of Krishna consciousness stressed. Very first line. If you read the purport, it says, please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Twice. It says, by chanting Hare Krishna, it is equivalent to remembrance of Krishna. So at the end of the life, if you chant Hare Krishna, it will be accepted as remembrance of Krishna, and you'll go to Krishna. And he also quotes Trinadapi Sunichana, the verse by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They remain very humble, remain very tolerant, be ready to pay respects to everyone without demanding respect for anyone. In such a state of mind, you'll be able to chant throughout, 24 hours a day. You can chant Hare Krishna. So in this way, the devotees and non-devotees both get the same result, provided the demons are killed by Krishna, not otherwise. So, Krishna is kind to everyone, just like sometimes a father can have a good child, sometimes a father can have a bad child. It's not that he hates anyone, but sometimes he renders punishment to a child who is misbehaving. So, Krishna is all complete. He's kind to everyone, and he's complete existence for all individual existence. Everything you see around is existing because of Krishna. Now, here we find the word Paramhamsa. Parama means super or over. Hamsa means a swan. Now, the word Paramahamsa is used when a person becomes very elevated in Krishna consciousness. Now, Paramahamsa stage comes when one takes sannyas. Sannyas means he gives up all material things and enters into dependence on Krishna. That is called sannyas stage of life. And here, I think we had discussed also earlier, 4 stages of sannyas. The first one is kuti chak. He makes a kuti within his village and the family brings in food. That is called kuti chaka. Bahudaka means he leaves that village and depends on others for his sustenance, like food. And he may build a small cottage. Parivagachari, he doesn't need a house anymore. He's always traveling and preaching the glories of Krishna. And the Paramahamsa means the highest stage in which he is completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Now, if you go to Kunti Devi's prayers, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think is verse number 20. First canto, chapter 8, verse number 20. The verse says, you yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotion into the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators. Now, these are what you call Paramahamsas. And these Paramahamsas are what you call Paramahamsa means highest transcendentalists, and sometimes they can be even mental speculators. Those are impersonalists. They are referred to as mental speculators. Transcendentalists means the devotees. And Kunti Maharani says that how can we women know you perfectly? This is her humility. But anyway, till one doesn't become a Paramahamsa, cannot actually understand who is Krishna. So, when Kunti is quoted here by Srila Prabhupada himself, that she speaks about Paramahamsa. Now here is a very good commentary. Don't make a mistake of reading this section. Srila Prabhupada says, Paramahamsa can be an impersonalist or even a devotee. Means it can be a Vaishnava. It can be Brahmavadi or it can be a Vaishnava. Both come to the level of Brahma. What the impersonalists refer to those who believe in the impersonal feature of the Lord. And the Vaishnavas, the devotee, refer to the form of Krishna. Now, Mother Kunti actually says that those who engage in bhakti yoga, this gives a further clearance that those who engage in bhakti yoga, we are actually Paramhamsas. That's why this verse is quoted, Paritnaya Sadhunam. That when Krishna comes to deliver, he delivers the Paramhamsas. He can be an impersonalist or he can be a personalist. But in most cases, he's personalist. So ultimately, we, Paramhamsa, can be referred to as unalloyed devotees. Who is an unalloyed devotee? One who is engaged in Ananya Bhakti. Ananya means no mixture, only focusing on Krishna. That is called Ananya Bhakti. In the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this word is used, Ananya. Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupashati Teshami Nitya Abhiyuktanam Yoga Shema Vahamyaham. I'll read the translation. It's number 22. But those who those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack, and I preserve what they have. Beautiful verse, one of the favorite verses of most devotees. Most devotees say this is the best verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, when I asked many people, they quote this verse. They said this is the best verse of Bhagavad Gita, 9:22. So anyway, here the word is used is Ananya Chintayandaman. Those who are constantly thinking of Krishna, that is called Ananya Bhakti or unalloyed devotional service. Sri Jiva Goswami also accepts the highest destination is Bhakti Yoga, which means when you actually fall in love with Krishna, you know that there are steps you have to go one by one. Adu Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivrati, Nishtha, and so on, till you come to Prema. So at Prema level, you are actually in love with Krishna. You cannot live without Krishna. Just like a fish cannot live without water. A devotee cannot live without serving Krishna, without remembrance of Krishna. So Bhakti Yoga, that is the highest perfection, in which you are actually in love with Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls this Prema Pumartha Mahan, highest one who can attain the love of Krishna, that is the greatest thing one can actually have in this entire creation. Now, Lord is very, very kind, whether you are an impersonalist or a personalist. If you go to the 12th chapter, when Arjuna asks question, should I worship the impersonal or the person? The impersonal feature or the personal feature? Krishna says, both are good, both of them ultimately come to me. But I recommend that you take up the personal feature because it will be easier and faster. And you can come to me because you are embodied, you have a form, you also have a look, and to meditate about the form becomes more easier. So this is the first five verses in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now the famous was Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajami mam is also quoted by Prabhupada, that as you surrender to me, I reward you accordingly. So it depends on your individual choice, how much you want Krishna. If you want just the impersonal feature, which is called Brahma, or the Brahman feature, then to you, the Brahman feature will be rewarded to you. If you want the Paramatma feature, then you have to become a yogi. Then you can see the Lord in the heart. But if you want to serve the Bhagwan feature, then you have to be engaged in devotional service. So in that purport also, Sri Prabhupada said, who is not looking for Krishna? Everyone is looking for Krishna. And Krishna awards them. And he says, whether it's Brahmanas, devotees, sannyasis, everyone is looking for Krishna. And as per their, we can say, requisition, according to their want, Krishna will present to them and Krishna will appear to them. Many, many examples are given. For example, like Dhruva Maharaj, when he went to forest, he wanted to see Krishna right in front of him, and Krishna did appear. Those who want impersonal feature, he can see the light. Those who want to see the Lord in the heart, they will see the Lord in the heart. Like Vishwamitra, he saw Vishnu, but in the heart. He didn't want to see with his eyes in front, he saw what to see in the heart. So anyway, as per your need, and the materialistic people who also come to Krishna, and Krishna fulfills the needs of everyone. One of the finest examples is when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat on the Vishnu ashram at Shiva's house and he was awarding everyone whatever he wanted. Most devotees did not ask for anything. They only asked for others. Oh, my brother is not a devotee, my sister is not a devotee, my parents are not devotees, or I am lacking devotion. And Mahaprabhu blessed all of them. So that is called Ye Yathamam Prapadyante. Whatever you want. Now that also includes us. When you are chanting, I'm sure within your mind, you must be having some demand. You may be thinking, oh Krishna, when will I see you? So that wish will be fulfilled. You may be thinking, I wish there's a big temple here. It will be fulfilled. I wish I knew Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He will reveal in the form of the book. So what you need is what Krishna is going to supply you. That's why in the Bhagavatam it says, Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udadihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajati purusha param. Whether you are kama, you have no desires, or you are full of desires, or you are seeking for liberation, the prime duty of all these three is to worship Krishna. Simple advice. Whether you desire or you have no desires. Of course, when you discuss this, you may fall into an argument. Some says, no, I want everything. Someone will say, I don't want anything. Someone say, I only want this. Someone said, no, I don't want you also that. All your desires, Krishna will fulfill because he is in your heart, first of all. So we have to be careful before we enter into actually asking anything from Krishna. But we all have desires. And these desires do appear even when we are chanting or we are coming in front of the altar. We fold our hands in front of Krishna. We bow down, we fold, we speak some prayers. And Krishna knows what your demands are. There's a beautiful story to explain. that once a devotee would go to temple daily, and one day he looked around, there was no one in the temple except Krishna, in the altar. And he was a very frank devotee, very young person. He told Krishna, you must be tired standing whole day with a flute in your hand like this. Are you not tired? I wish I stood in your place. So Krishna said, oh, really? You want to stand in my place? Come, you study. So he became the Murti. But Krishna gave him a condition, don't speak anything. Keep quiet. Remain as a statue. So he kept quiet. Now, as sometime people came for darshan, someone came with a lot of money, put it at the feet of Krishna, a whole suitcase full of money. Then another poor man came, and he started praying, oh Krishna, I wish you gave me a little money. My family is really suffering. Everyone is hungry. And when he looked down, there's a whole bag of money. So he assumed that the money was given by Krishna. So he took the money. He went off. Then came the constables, and they asked the pujari, did someone come with money here? He said, no, we've not seen anyone. He says, somebody must have come and somebody must have gone with the money. So they tried to chase the person and they locked him up. That you have taken the money which doesn't belong to you. In this way, things became very complicated. Now, the person who had brought the money again came back. And he said that, oh, this money is not rightly earned. That's why I'm giving you. So it's better that poor man took it. And this person could not control his tongue. He spoke out, yes. He just said the word yes, and he was in trouble. So when Krishna appeared in the evening, he said, why did you speak? Now you messed up everything by saying yes. That money was actually meant for the poor man. Because you said yes, that money was not money, good money. It was money which had come from wrong means. And this money, if you would have given to the poor man, he would have suffered and suffered more. Why did you make all this complicated? So that man said, from today onwards, I'm never going to pray to you to stand in your place. And I'll keep quiet when I come in front. Anyway, this story is able to explain to us that even we come in front of Krishna without different desire. But anyway, what does Srila Prabhupada give you an advice? If you really want to ask Krishna, just speak one line. Mam janmani ishware bhavtal bhakti ahitukitwai. That, oh, give me devotional service, birth after birth. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prayer, 6th Shastaka. That na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. I don't want this, but I only want devotional service, birth after birth. So if we have a desire, this is the best desire. Now such desire only comes when you're on a very high level, not otherwise. It's very easy to speak, but not easy to practice. Very, very difficult to practice. So if you want to practice such kind of a prayer and present it to Krishna, then you also have to humble down completely at the feet of Krishna. Then it is possible. Now in the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada speaks about Premanandis and Brahmanandis. Brahma Ananda means they are happy with Brahma Jyoti. They are called Brahmanandis. Premanandis means they are seeking love of Krishna. Love, prema means love. So we devotees are happy when we attain love of Krishna, not otherwise. So anyway, going back to the verse says that, which is actually a prayer, that I hold my respect for the senses to Krishna, who is the complete form of complete existence and transcendence, who gives liberation to the pious devotees, and it destroys the others who have atheistic temperament, which means demons. And the translators who are situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants them their specific destination. So those who are seeker of Brahma Jyoti, they go to Brahma Jyoti. Those who are seeker of Paramatma feature, they will attain Paramatma feature. Those who are looking for Krishna will attain Krishna. So what desire you make, or what desire you have in your heart, Krishna will fulfill your desire. That is the meaning of this last line of this particular prayer. So the time is up. Hare Krishna. If you have any additions, questions, you may ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for this wonderful session today. Are there any questions or comments? Okay. Prabhuji, when you said that Shishupal attained the Brahma Jyoti and more, what is the more?
More means he got Sarupa Mukti. If you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, when he was killed, he did enter into Brahma Jyoti, means effulgence of Krishna. But later in the Bhagavatam, it is explained because he was, due to his constant remembrance of Krishna, he even liked the beauty of Krishna, but he was envious of Krishna. Remember that. Very, very envious of Krishna. And envy began more when Krishna kidnapped Rukmini. Shishupala was meant to get married to Rukmini by the desire of her brother. Though the father's desire was to give Rukmini to Krishna. So anyway, because he was always thinking of Krishna, Krishna gave him Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya means same form like that of a Vishnu, 400 form. Okay? So that is called more, much more than that. Not just Brahmajat, but more. Is much more, is better than the Brahmavadis, who want to go and sit in the, what do you call, the impersonal light, and as soon as their piety is finished, they come back here. Aru Kuchena Padam Patati Adha, Sri Prabhupada says, they think they have become liberated, but really speaking, they are not liberated. Anyone who is not touched, anyone who has no experience of the lotus feet of Krishna, they cannot get perfection. They will get some pleasure, temporary pleasure, but they are not completely liberated. They think they are liberated, but they are not liberated.
And thank you very much, Prabhuji, for that clarification. And Prabhuji, I probably missed this four stages of the spiritual life: Kutichaka,
Yeah, if you go to the second paragraph, I think it's in the 6th or 7th line. Kutichak, Bahudak, Parivegachari, and Paramahamsa. Have you seen them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So what are these
So
four forms?
Okay, these are 4 stages of sannyas ashram. When one takes sannyas, then in the beginning is allowed to make a kuti within the same place, not far from his family. So the family takes food to that person. That's why it's called Kutichak. Bahudaka means now he leaves the town and he lives on others, dependent on others for food. And he makes still a place to stay, may not. Parivegacharya means who is always constantly preaching. Like when we pray to Prabhupada, we say, Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa, Parivegacharya. Prabhupada was Paramahansa, at the same time Parivegacharya. That he is constantly traveling and preaching. That is called Parivegacharya. And Paramahamsa is on the topmost stage. On the topmost stage, generally a sannyas does not need to hold his staff. He's so pure. That is the difference. At that time, he's completely purified. Sri Prabhupada had both of these qualifications, Parivegacharya and Paramahamsa. Prabhupada is the best example we have. Like Ramanujacharya is another example, Madhvacharya is another example. These are all the people who reached all this high stage of devotional service. And they are the ones on whose teachings we depend upon, or the guidance or their mercy, so that we can progress in devotional service. Okay. So these 4 words which you are asking are the 4 stages of sannyas ashram. Just like in one ashram, we have brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. These are also 4. In the same way, even in sannyas ashram, there are 4 in detail. Okay, I hope that
Yeah,
answers
this
your
is so
question.
beautiful. Yeah. I think it is so beautiful that there is no force into any. They can go gradually into the Paramahansa
Yes,
stage.
yes.
So, yeah.
Sanatana Dharma is the only, we can say, dharma in which depends on your capacity, how much you want to do, no force. For example, if you go to Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami, when he was in the womb of the mother, he would not come out. He would not just come out. He stayed for 16 years, imagine. And Vyasadeva said, my son, please come out. He could even talk to his son. He said, I don't want to come out because I will go into Maya. He said, I guarantee you won't go into Maya. He said, no, I don't believe your words. Unless Krishna tells me. So Vyasadeva to go to Dwarka, bring Krishna from there. When Krishna gave a guarantee, then Sukadeva Goswami appeared. But he was a Paramahamsa, Parivegachari. He just walked out, never to look behind. And Vyasadeva's intention, what kind of son will I have? What will I tell my wife? So another Sukadeva Goswami was created, looked the same, and he lived with the mother to please the mother. So there are 2 Sukadeva Goswamis who later on married to please his mother. That is another Sukadeva Goswami. But this Sukadeva Goswami is the one who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. By his mercy, we are reading about Srimad Bhagavatam today.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for that clarification. Any questions, Indulekha Mataji? Hare Krishna. You are unmuted.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please kindly accept my humble obeisances over to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Nice class again, once more. The demons merging into Krishna, like Ravana merging into Ram, and Shishupal merging into Krishna, may have another meaning also. It's like they were the doorkeepers, Jai and Vijay. So they had to be with the Lord, right? Even though they were so sinful, they merged into the Lord because they had to continue the pastime of the Lord. Isn't it, Prabhuji?
Yes. So in the beginning, they enter into Brahmajyoti. Again, they take birth, but it's only in Krishna avatar that they go back to Vaikuntha.
But they come back, Prabhuji, in Gaur Leela.
Yes. Gaur Leela was a guest appearance.
Yeah, like Jagai and Madai.
Only for some time. Like in the movies, they show some guest appearance of some actor.
Yes.
They did some acting for pleasure.
They told their Lord,
right.
Oh Lord,
right.
We have, oh Lord, we have been acting like villains all the time. We want to be with you again. So he said, okay, yes. Be like Jagai and Madai again.
Some seva, please give us some seva.
Seva, yes. Then they became great devotees.
On this earthly planet.
Thank you,
the
Prabhuji.
Lord said, okay, go and become Jagai and Madai and perform your duties. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more clarifications from anybody in the group? If there are no more clarifications, Pramila Mataji, are you able to end the session today for us?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and everyone. Thank you so much for all the information you always share with us in such a beautiful, simplified version that we can understand and try to remember and try to follow in our daily lives. So thank you very much. Can everyone please unmute and say the Hare Krishna mantra to glorify Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyavaiva cha patityanam pavanebhyo Krishnavedyo namo namaha. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnavin ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Rukmini Prabhu Das ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.